show you what Cody's nighttime routine looks like. I won't do a lot of them pieces because like I'm not going to diaper him and things on camera, but I'll talk through some of that. So I put down fresh chuck pads if needed. I give him a fresh shirt if it's gotten dirty during the day. He always gets a fresh diaper and pads, and I do the pads in a particular way. So he has a vesicostomy, which is an open draining stoma. Hey bud, ugh. Let's get you back here, Mr. Cute. Oh, you went on your side, silly. Another just little tidbit is the best way to turn him is to lead with his knees. If you turn his knees, like the rest of his body will follow. He's super compliant and really easy to kind of get to move around and stuff. There, look at you, mister. So he has a vesicostomy that drains into a pad. So I give him a fresh diaper on the outside, and on the inside I'll show you how I do things. This is an abdominal pad that tucks into the top of his diaper. So I lay that this way, and a lot of times he'll lay on his left side at bed. He'll just kind of cheat over that way. So this is a baby diaper, but you also have kind of the maxi pad looking pads, which are better. I take one of these and tuck it into his diaper to like catch anything that drips that way from this vesicostomy as it leans with gravity. And I put another pad over here on this side inside his diaper in case he leans that way. So the other thing is when you tuck, so I'll remove the ones that are in here. When you tuck the new one in, as if pretend he has a new diaper on, you want to make sure the pad goes all the way through so you can pull it out down here on his thighs so that it's really held securely in by his diaper. And I tighten the top of his diaper up so that it holds these abdominal pads in. And then I'll take the side one and tuck it in under the diaper side on both sides. So that's how he's diapered for bedtime. And look at, he has his teeth brushed every night. So I just use a regular old toothbrush, put a tiny bit on because he doesn't spit it out. Hi. And I just, I do the top first, and he's very compliant. Do the top first, you know, you do what you can. It's not perfect, but he's pretty good. You get in there as you can. Oh, let me inside. There we go. There we go, handsome. And then I let him take a breath after I do the tops. And I wait for him to swallow so all the spit comes out of his mouth so that I can do the bottom and there's not a big pool of spit in there, obviously. Yeah. Oh boy, good boy. Good job, son. Oh, now you're biting on it. He likes to bite on him. I don't really care. It's fine. It's always easy to get it back out. Okay, so now I've just done the bottom. I let him take another swallow or take a moment. The next thing I do is he has a really high palate and he has secretions a lot and his tongue can get white. So I go in with the top of the toothbrush and kind of get the high palate, and then I spin it down and brush his tongue. And sometimes the best way to do it is just to spin the toothbrush in a circle. He's also having little tiny seizures you might see, which are fine, but good to point out. I know, I'm just getting your tongue and the roof of your mouth, cutie. Yeah, we just kind of spin it to get all that stuff out of there. And then I let him chew on it at the end. He likes to chew on stuff. And now he's done. He'll grab it and pull it out when he's finished. And that's his teeth brushing. This, I forgot to say, whenever you do his diaper, it's a barrier that's an antifungal cream as well, so it's zinc and a yeast cream. Either this, it's called Baza. We get it like this from the pharmacy, and I don't get a ton of these per month. So when this particular Baza runs out, we just mix some zinc from the tub of zinc that we also have and some either nystatin or myconazole, one of the yeast creams. We mix those together so that he's always getting a barrier that has a little bit of the yeast cream in it as well. So I would slather that everywhere. They always say to frost it like a cake, because he always has diaper rash at baseline. He just does. Especially right now. And I put some of this, I won't show you, but I'll tell you. Rub some of this right around his vesicostomy area, just so that that skin stays nice. And then, obviously you want a different tube for the caboose than you do for the stomas. And I'm sure, in a different world, people would be using gloves and Q-tips, but this is my world. So make sure all those 3 areas are freshly zinced up. And then in the morning I do a fresh polymem, but at night, if it's pretty gunky, I'll do that pink square, I'll do a fresh polymem as well. And the last thing is, he loves his lights overhead, absolutely loves them. So I'll use a little remote control to give him a little bit of a change up for nighttime. He has a few different light shows, different little things that do lights. And I'll just position him so that he's straight in bed, laying flat, and he does not let you know if he's hot or cold. He doesn't pull covers on or off appropriately, so you really have to notice if he's kicked the covers off. I just touch him, his leg or his calf, to see if it's chilly at all, and I just am it's like one of the things I can control. So I'm pretty diligent about making sure at night he's covered, because I know I would hate it if I was cold and laying there in bed and couldn't do anything for myself. So I'm give him a good cover up, and I make sure there's lots on each side, because when he does roll over, sit up, whatever, it'll pull it over and kind of expose his body to the cold or to the room air if he doesn't have kind of ample blankies. And that's his nighttime routine. Obviously you'll be giving him his night meds as well. And he gets melatonin. Melatonin's PRN, but I usually give it with his nighttime 9 p.m. meds. He usually needs it. The only time I wouldn't give it is if he's had a rescue med that close to that time, or if he's really, really, really tired already. And but other than that, he typically gets some melatonin. And he's having lots of little tiny seizures right now. They just are like that long. And that's no big deal. He just, his 9 o'clock meds are his seizure meds, and those usually take care of these things. I usually do the 9 o'clock meds and do his bedtime routine, and when he gets melatonin at 9, he'll usually be asleep by 10, and he sleeps through the night really well, thank God. He does not stir, he doesn't move I feel like he should move a little bit more, but he stays pretty static all night. There's like once a month maybe he'll have some obstruction or a seizure, but normally he doesn't have seizures overnight. Normally he does not obstruct overnight. He just falls asleep and sleeps great, and his oxygen's great all night. He's almost never needs any supplemental oxygen overnight at all. And then I just kind of hang out, maybe play some music, talk to him. He likes having like a little hand massage, or any kind of deep pressure. And a lot of times I'll put a cartoon on the TV for him to watch. He likes anything with bright colors, The Incredibles, stuff like that. He loves the Minions and SpongeBob. Those are his 2 favorites. And then he just really enjoys looking at the lights in the dark. So I turn the lights off in the room, and that's Cody's bedtime routine. Good night, Mr. Cute.